Oh, Marty, we're here from Marty's Garden, Victory Gardeners, V for Victory. If you want a victory in your life, have I got something for you guys to help you with your cost of living garden? So we can go cost of living Victory Garden, V for Victory. Give us a big thumbs up if you haven't already, because we're going to rock this one. And get ready to learn something, a really cool trick to save you money and get more productive in your garden. So much so where your friends are coming around and going, wow, that is just awesome. And you'll have something looking like my garden. Now, before we get right to it here, we've got these things already stacked up, ready to go to show you what we're going to be talking about, how you're going to save money and get something really, really productive growing like the Victory Garden here, which survived the storms and all the really bad weather and like over 200 mil of rain. And as you can see, it's looking very, very healthy. So much so that this pumpkin has produced, look at this, guys. Whoa, that is just so awesome. Look at that, looks like a little jack-o'-lantern, Jack-be-little, growing in a container. We've got other things starting to take off to get up into the trellis as well. Now, if you're interested in container gardening, then this video is for you also. It's going to show you some tips and tricks of how to get started, how to get productive, save money, and start harvesting. Because when you're growing, you're going, when am I going to start harvesting? Well, if you got this far in the video, this one is for you, my friends. Okay, so let's get stuck into it, guys. I'm going to show you 3 different ways and talk about them, how you can feed your plants. Now, you can implement all of them or just one of them. Now, the reason you need to feed your container plants is because over time, as they're leaching out these nutrients in the pot, they're becoming depleted. And so what we need to do is feed our plant, because every time we feed a container plant with water, it's uptaking the nutrients that it's leaching out of the pot. So for slow release fertilizers. And what I'm going to do is show you a secret little way to save money and get explosive growth so you're going on. But first, let's talk about some of these products here and what you can get and what you can do to implement it so you get the flowering, the fruiting, and healthy growth, and not too explosive growth so it's growing too fast where you're getting sort of like things falling over and stuff like that. We want to do it in a way that's sustainable and productive and gives you the wow factor at home and gets that food on the kitchen plate, because the Victory Garden is all about saving money and getting more food on your plate. So first, what I'm going to talk about here, this is a blood and bone potash, which supplies a nitrogen and a potash, which will provide growth for the plant and also flowering, root development, and the fruit set. And you can buy this. This is called Yates Professional Blood and Bone. It's a bit expensive, but it does go a long way. Now, it is smelly, okay? So get that under your hands, get that in, and it will attract animals. If you've got dogs and things around, they're going to start digging through stuff. So be a little bit careful with that. Very, very good. I use it in my containers when I'm first getting started if I'm using a cheap potting mix. And occasionally I will sprinkle it on top, but very, very rarely. Now, you can get a similar result with using chicken pellets, a good high quality chicken pellet. And there is one called Organic Life that I recommend that has more of a broad spectrum, and that will give you a slow release over time in the top. So if you want to feed on the top with a slow release fertilizer, this or an Organic Life chicken pellet will do things, because it also has a high potash. Now, what is potash? Well, potash helps with flowering and fruit set. And so we need to have that. And the nitrogen helps with the growth of the plant, so the leaf growth. So a good, really good mixture of this. Now, I've got a few of these ones. Now, this one's called Bio-Guano, right? It's a nitrogen one. It's a bird guano, bird poop, basically, made in there. It's quite expensive. I had this given to me, so I wouldn't probably go out and buy it myself. But a high quality one, Bio-Guano, if you go into hydroponic shops, you'll get it there. Now, these 2 I recommend, because you can get these really cheap from my discount at Aussie Gardener. So you get 10% off these. And I'll talk about these two ones. The company's called AmGrow. Obviously you could probably buy it in shelves all around the place at different places, and products that are fairly similar. So we'll go with the first one. This one's called Naturals. It's sort of a seaweed based phosphorus, and it's really good for, you know, when you're getting started with your first plants and sort of helping them with root shock and get some minerals in and things like that. It's a really good one for a foliar feed from time to time, and also when your plants are quite young. Now, I've got a second one here, which is called Harvest, which basically is a type of potash. Now it has some nitrogen as well. So if you can only afford one, just grab this one, use my 10% off link, and down in the description, you've got the code word there, and also this one. So code word is Marty, and just check it out because I don't want you to make any mistakes if you decide to do that. Now this is really good, by Organix. It's called Organix AmGrow. I like it, and as you can see in my garden, it's getting really good results. Now, I have actually just top dressed part of my pots with a little bit of chicken manure because I make compost, and I do top dress my pots with compost as well because I have it lying around. But if you're using a really good quality potting mix, they generally last for around about 3 months. And what we're doing is we're just giving that little bit of extra potash and a little bit of extra, tiny little bit of nitrogen to get that going. Now I've filled up my container here, so you can see it's nice and full, and the secret is you read on the label what it says to use, and then use 1/3 of that or 1/4 of that and use it more regularly. You could water, if you're going for 1/4 of it, you could water with it every day. If you're going for 1/3 of it, every second day. If you're using the full amount, you really want to go sort of like follow the label on here and use it accordingly as they say. And as I said, there's lots of different products that are pretty sort of all round. I just find this one's proven the test of time, and this is what I've got in here to help bring on flowering, because I've got beans that are ready to go, cucumbers that are ready to climb, and also if you saw the pumpkin, yep, she's flowering and producing fruit, and every node I'm getting a pumpkin on. Whether they survive each pumpkin all the way through, I'm not too sure. So that's the secret, guys. When you're mixing it up, other than the seaweed, you really don't want to go down too much. Just use what they say on the seaweed, on the labels. Now there are other liquid seaweeds around, so it's, you know, it's all mined or farmed down in Tasmania, but they all use different amounts. So, you know, some, they're just really good marketing, but there's less seaweed in it. And some of them are watered down so much that you're just buying, basically nearly buying water, guys. So be really careful with that. The ones you attach to hoses and things like that, read your labels, get those things. And if you want to go for a really, really good high quality one, this one, Bioguano, which you get from hydroponic stores, not cheap. I wouldn't recommend that. So anyway, I'm going to get into doing some watering here behind me because things will start to dry out. We've had a lot of rain come through, so I haven't done any liquid fertilizing. One of the reasons why I like to put like a little top dress on my pots and containers is when it is raining, it's slowly releasing into the container and helping with that explosive growth. All right, so this is for you guys. V for Victory. You remember, if you want to buy any of these ones, go to the Aussie Gardener shop, use my code word in the link down below, Marty, and you need to check that out. It's all in capitals, and you will get a really cool discount on anything that you need in there. Now remember, the V for Victory is really about the cost of living, guys. Keep on following this show here and what I'm doing. If you want to expand out, watch the stuff that I'm doing about self-sufficiency. And if you're interested in just the container gardening and the Victory garden and building the vertical garden in the small space using containers and maybe a little no-dig garden bed like I'm using with it as well, stay tuned, stay subscribed, because this is going to be, yeah, it's going to be explosive over the next few months. And I really don't want you to miss out on making the change in your life and getting more food on your kitchen plate. All right, I've got to come around from the back here and check how long this video has been going for. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, thank you very much for coming and watching. Let me know how your Victory garden's going. I know we're all growing at different times here, and I'm trying to grow ahead of you. All right, so you have a great day. Happy gardening. Get lots of food on that kitchen plate. V for victory, guys. Don't forget V for victory. This is going to change lives. Look at this. Oh, gotta love it. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Check out any videos that are around here, and we'll see you at the next one real soon. Bye for now.